In other news that was making a splash yesterday, the Court of Appeals in the District of Columbia, the D.C. Court of Appeals, ruled that a 17-year-old illegal immigrant could abort her baby in the United States without going through the hoops that Texas law requires. So here's the story. The 17-year-old girl jumped the border while she was pregnant and then decided to obtain an abortion. Under Texas law, minors have to receive parental consent or a judicial waiver for an abortion, and Texas bans abortion after week 20. So the clock was sort of ticking here. She wanted to get an abortion before week 20 so that it would be legal, even though, she jumped the border illegally. And while the young woman ended up receiving a judicial waiver, she then had to schedule a sonogram and a consultation with a doctor, which is also under Texas law. They say you have to actually look at what the baby is before you kill the baby so that you're not abiding by the mythology that this is just a cluster of cells. I mean, this is what a 16-week-old baby looks like, okay? When we talk about she aborted a 16-week-old baby yesterday, this is what a 16-week-old baby looks like. Do we have that graphic? Yeah, this is what, it's a human, right? I mean, I've seen the ultrasounds of my own children at this age. To pretend this is anything other than a human baby is just to be scientifically illiterate and also block yourself from basic fact. In any case, she was kept in the detention center, so she couldn't go to her appointment. So she sued, and the government contended that she had options for leaving federal custody, right? She could just go home, right? They could deport her. They could send her back to her home country, or she could find a sponsor, she could find somebody who's willing to take her in. That would then be her legal guardian. The legal guardian would give permission, and then she'd be good to go. But the idea that Texas law would have to change because she's an illegal immigrant, that's something Texas wasn't willing to do. So the D.C. Court of Appeals instead ruled that this woman had a right to an abortion. The woman immediately headed off to an abortion clinic before it could be appealed, and she went and had the baby killed. She said, "People I don't even know are trying to make me change my mind. I made my decision, and that is between me and God." Again, abortion is not just a matter between you and God. It's a matter as to which society has a say, just as if you were to murder a baby after birth, we all have a say in that. That's not between you and God. That's between you, the baby, society, and God, right? We all have a say in this one. The part of this that's really horrifying is not just, a girl having an abortion at 16 weeks, which is inherently horrifying from any view that places the sanctity of human life at the center. It's horrifying the way that some people on the left responded. So the ACLU tweeted this out. They tweeted, "Breaking. Justice prevailed today for Jane Doe. She was able to get an abortion early this morning. Hashtag justice for Jane." Yay, dead baby, justice for Jane. This is one movement that I've seen on the left that really is quite horrifying. This idea that abortion is not something to be ashamed of or to be morally conflicted about. It's something to celebrate. That her obtaining an abortion is a victory for justice in the United States. Certainly not justice for the baby. Okay, a baby at 16 weeks is about the size of an avocado. It's 4.5 inches long, head to rump, about 3.5 ounces. The legs are developed. The head is more erect. They've started growing toenails. The heart is pumping about 25 quarts of blood every day. Okay, a baby has an independent blood type, has an independent DNA. You saw the picture. The baby's a baby. But the left celebrates nonetheless. Treating the U.S. as an abortion haven should be something of which we are deeply ashamed. And the idea that you come to the United States and therefore you have a right to an abortion, and even if you're here illegally, is pretty astonishing to me and should be astonishing, I think, to a lot of other folks.